Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Ravens coming in at 5-2, going up against the Wizards, who come in at 4-3.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Orlando Wizards and the Baltimore Ravens. And the back goes into motion. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now this time he'll look to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll drop the throw. They set up the screen to Ajayi. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They run for it with Ajayi. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Looking to throw. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Second down to the offense needing 5 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And he connects with Ertz. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. Back to throw now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Back to throw here. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Slot man moves right. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. The slot man in motion right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Watch it now. Detroit. Detroit. Here we go now. Gone. Watch it now, Barney.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Ravens have got it. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Slot man moves right. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. He'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He dropped an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Harrington. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's taken down deep in their territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Baltimore after this. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Here we go now. Move, land it. No.
They run the counter now on first down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll run it here. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. His throw incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Check, Patriots.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So it'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here He's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Ravens on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go now.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player so he can't get outside of you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. A big hit. Knocked down sideways right around the 26. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So second down, 3 yards to go now. They'll look to throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 17-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. They come up in a 2 tight end look here. They motion the running back out left. zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They go again with McGuire. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. Here's McGuire, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Now let's go. Good. Over. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down deep in their territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue Lightning.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And a give this time to the tailback. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Over.
he'll give it here to his running back. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's McGuire. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now on 1st down, he'll drop the throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. C.J. Mosley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Aguilar has it. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. That one goes for 24 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he gets to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Detroit! Let's go!
A handoff as they run the counter play. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The slot man in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Let's go!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Here we go now.
Back to throw here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now this offense ready to head back out there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He got 29 yards that time. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 22. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Leopard, hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. That one looks like he'll throw here. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. And that touchdown this late in the game should all but be the dagger.
We never want to say that a game is over, but it certainly feels that way. That final touchdown seems to have created enough room for them to start celebrating.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Ravens, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.